Good evening. And funny one today. I had a really good week in a lot of ways. Then I thought, recording this video, I've got. I'd like to do a diary for the month for August. What's funny is I'm feeling a little bit uneasy, a little bit down today. Like physically, just inside, like, ugh. And that's messing with my hormones and mood. Yeah, making me feel a bit disgusting. Yeah. And I thought about, so I'm doing a video, I should put on my video face and really, do that kind of act. And I thought, maybe not. I can't be bothered to do that. Let's just be as honest as possible. But then the difficulty is that the contents of, I think, what is making me feel a bit shit, it's not something I really am ready to discuss in this forum for reasons that I won't go into. It's funny how August was such a spectacular, exciting month for a lot of reasons. And yet I'm just lacking the enthusiasm right now to talk about that. If I go into it, I had amazing experiences moving into Samizong, London, my new room, a new lease of life. My meditation's changed dramatically. I'm doing less weightlifting and I feel a little bit lighter as a result. Been doing a lot of dancing, been enjoying that so much. New girl on the scene who's wonderful. My writing has become so much more creative and explosive and expansive. Really cool. But I think ultimately I overcooked it, overexcited myself, and now I'm somewhat paying the price. I kind of knew that had this coming to me. That aliveness feeling that I had a couple of weeks ago is dissipated. Now I'm feeling in need of rest and restoration. And the thing is, though, that I'm not going to hang on to that excitement anymore. I have been a little bit the last couple of weeks. But, I'm moving with it now. Realising that, I need to take my downtime, and enjoy that time of, introspection, of rest and whatnot. The difficulty for me has always been that I think, actually I might have mentioned this before, but I'm quite, sometimes find it quite difficult to actually permit myself to feel inert and weak and vulnerable. And it's always in those times that I tend to side towards medicating with food or stimulants or whatever, and to actually expose myself and really feel that raw sensation of tiredness and it's quite difficult. Yeah, and I suppose this state that I'm in now is and this is so much more tangible and easy to see than if it were done over writing, because over writing I've been bitched about my state before, but this is so much more 360. In the future I'll be able to look at this video and be like, oh wow, I could see they just had lost my mojo, and I know now why that is the case. I suppose, okay, let's think of some of the things I learned in August. Big things I learned. Actually, you know what, I've got my month diary here, so I can have a little gander at what I put. I can do long fasts. Long periods of fasting, those were very interesting and beneficial in some ways, though I think overall that fasting is good every now and then, but it's really not a stable thing to do. It's not something you do that regularly. I tried Kambo as well. That was kind of interesting, but I mean, wasn't the most mind-blowing experience. I suppose my most important experience was my 4 days in nature, which I actually still haven't really spoken about here. It was a really touching, special, deep, profound experience. And yeah, I've got to say, coming back to work afterwards has been a little tough. Yeah, I've got to say, being at work has been a bit tough. And the other thing, the big thing I learned, or the new... Oh, sorry, of course, my website, what I'm going to be doing with it is a canvas for me to spatter out whatever it is in the moment, an extension of my diary, and so that was a big epiphany, and I started working on that and writing some articles, which is fantastic. And then the other new thing in my life has been in regard to nutrition. So my friend David, I had a couple of consultations with him, and from that we looked at what kind of foods he thinks energetically would work for me. This is a whole new ball game with foods. Nutrition for me, I've usually, my food choice has been purely inspired by, rationality and, heady intellect, whereas David's approach is moving towards instinct, intuition, which is something which I do in a lot of other areas of my life, so I'm interested in exploring this. However, as with all things to do with instinct and actually taking a look at yourself, often you have to face some slightly uncomfortable truths. The big one being for me is that I realised that actually the foods that I've gravitated towards a lot were the foods that he actually didn't recommend as beneficial for me. These are the foods which are often viewed as like healthy foods, but actually I realised for me form a kind of comfort. Yeah, there's a kind of comfort mechanism there, and actually foods which clean my system, which don't stultify me, will be beneficial for my proper fluid functioning. And it does almost feel like there's part of me which knows that is the case, and that the prospect of that cleaning out is like, God, what's it going to uncover? Yeah, actually, now I think about that, it's like my reaction to cleaning myself out is like, oh, fuck. and it's made me feel a little bit more uneasy about those foods which I realised were comfort foods. Now actually, as I talk about it, that labelling them as comfort foods and realising that that itself has been creating more of a problem. Yeah. I guess I'm tempted by the old sort of more militant Kenneth Potter approach of just being like, okay, I'm going to properly give up those foods for a period of a month, be hard and strict about that, see what happens. I'll mull that over. So anyway, for the next month is, I guess, a month of grounding. I've got some actually important things coming up this month. Delivering a talk on meditation at work, which now that's like, I need to be on my A game. I want to. This is a big thing for me. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. I'm also doing 2 more training sessions at work, so a lot of presentation giving, as well as doing some other big projects. There's a lot of stuff going on at work. Going away again next week for a little adventure into the countryside. Again, can't really talk about that too much here, it's rather private, but I think that promises to be interesting, to say the least. My brother's wedding, and I've got to go.